Hi, this is the Gypsy Rover with today's Jokers on Duty. Yesterday, we had 6 days until Halloween, and today, authentically, we're actually now, this is the weekend. This is the Halloween weekend coming up. And because authentically now, we're at 5 days to Halloween. That means 5 days to the reopening of Hunter's Cabin. So, which will authentically I was going to actually reopen it on Monday, but actually, I'm actually going to reopen it Friday, starting Friday night. That way it's going to go right through to Halloween night. And again, it is going to be basically right now we're going to focus on Halloween weekend, so that way everything is going to come together for you. That way we're going to bring back Hunter's Cabin one more time this year for you. And like, this is the party the characters never made it at during this weekend, so it also gives us time. So if you do want the sound effects again, there will be a night where there will be the sound effects. And the actual 30th, when we get into the Devil's Night end of it, again, it is going to authentically start Friday night. And so the tale could actually be Friday night or Saturday night or Sunday night. We're going to actually schedule it in a weekend session, like we did before, when we did a Dark Hunter's Cabin card game challenge. So that way we've got time to fit everything in. So I figured if I had to wait until just Monday to the Monday night, Tuesday night, it'll be too much again. It'll be too much of a rush. So this way, authentically, if I start the Spook festivity Friday night, each night this weekend, right into Halloween, this will actually, this is actually gives us time to pick up that apparition that is really, if there's really one in here. And basically how this is going to, like, the first night, Friday night, is going to be, again, there is going to be, the Hunter's Cabin is actually going to reopen with a total, with the fire, where everything's going to darken down and the fireplace is going to come on. The haunted fireplace is going to come on. Now that the two twin headless native hunters may speak through the fireplace any of these nights, so authentically you will actually be able to, but again, that'll be me doing the voices. By any chance, if you catch any live apparition on here, please let me know, on top of me doing the voices or any other voices. So the first tentacle night, which is actually going to start the reopening of Hunter's Cabin, may start as a dead silence, with the fireplace coming on. The next night, or even if I can do it in separate streams, and that, so like, let's say if I'm doing maybe 2 or 3 streams a night, in the night end of it, then there is going to, like I said, I want to ask my wife to be authentically quiet for this and that kind of thing, to pick up the actual sounds and that. So like, let's say if I do 3 streams starting Friday night, and then Saturday night, 3 streams with the actual background sound effects for you, and then we have like a ghost legend, and that. So and that because on how frightening Hunter's Cabin is, it may be it might be a different ghost tale. It might not actually be the identical Hunter's Cabin, because I've already, in the Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge, I've already told that tale, and I've already introduced that to you. But it'll be from inside Hunter's Cabin, anyways. So it'll be. So it won't, because Authentical, the actual Hunter's Cabin tale, unless you really want the Hunter's Cabin full tale, be prepared, that is very frightening. You can put that in the comment. But pre-warn you, Hunter's Cabin is very, 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 very frightening tale. And this other one is frightening, but it is a little least frightening. And again, because then we have the Sunday night, and then we have the Monday night, then we go into actual Halloween night, and the Halloween night, that is where it's going to, there may be different things, you might see on here. If I do decide to bring that other replicant out, I really don't want to, because, like I said, I got a black cat, and I don't want to take any chances on anything aberration being worse than what it is, and my cat being spiritual linked to that. Again, that's kind of a left out. Thoroughly, it would have actually be authentically be actually 100%. And just let you know that OK symbol, it's John Cena, the wrestler, he does that too. So that's why he's seen as original MFer, and that kind of thing too. And also too, and if you look at and again, back to Hunter's Cabin, like I said, with it being Halloween, like I said, the haunting of Hunter's Cabin is going to basically condense at night this time. Like I said, our challenger that challenged Hunter's Cabin which in the last that became a ghost of Hunter's Cabin, wants to be at this thing on this Hunter's Cabin thing Monday, but because he was afraid during the Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge, I don't think it is a good idea he is here for this. Because if he couldn't handle that, he is definitely not going to be able to totally handle a dark in a dark room, in the haunted cabin part of it. It's even gonna frighten him even worse than the daytime tour of the challenge that he would have took if he had stuck to his challenge or whatever. Which would have had to usually be done at night, which is the most frightening part, is the nighttime hour, not more so during the day. And so if he couldn't handle that, I don't think he's going to be able to handle this Halloween night. And that, like I said, also to Halloween night, you may see that it might be a bit of a break, because I might actually slip out to Tim Hortons, grab a coffee, whatever, like I usually do, or maybe I get it ahead of time and actually authentically go all the way through, so that way I can actually close off the section, and with it being Halloween, and share the actual bring back Hunter's Cabin a couple more times for you on live stream here. Like I said, now it is a live video streaming. It is live video. Now where before, when growing up, I lived in a townhouse. We did tentacle haunted houses outside of the house outside. Like I said, my haunted houses were always plastic stuff. Again, you notice that too, and then now, because I'm inside, again, with it being apartment building, trick-or-treaters can't come to the individual apartment doors, So I think either one of the other neighbors, or maybe some of the neighbors in here might get together and buy candy, put it at the front door for the kids to come to the front double door downstairs to get their candy, that kind of thing. If they decide to do that, or there'll be like a little chair downstairs, the bowl, and then you fill it with candy, or like it is most years. Now last year there wasn't, and that, but there was the year before, and that kind of thing. So maybe this year, maybe we don't know. Don't get your hopes up. But Wyerton, for the Wyerton trick-or-treaters. Anyhow, now, that's, like I said, that's totally up to our landlord what she does. If she decides to put the candy at the front door like she usually does, or she's going to be a Scrooge again this year. Most years she's nice, but I don't know. Anyhow, so Hunter's Cabin is going to authentically operate this weekend. Instead of being just 2 nights, it is going to be, it'll be live streamed the Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, into Halloween night. And there may be some background, like even on top of the talking, there may be some type of in the special effects. There may be something in the effects you might hear, CD effects in the background you might hear might be familiar. Just let you know, it is not copying anybody. It is just to make to take, like I said, the one show will take the frightening down a bit, but not too much. It'll take it down a bit anyways. That way it doesn't get too frightening. And because when anything like Halloween night, the presence of being in a dark room, in a dark silence, the way it would have been in Hunter's Cabin 100 years ago, way before the time of music was even invented. It was so scary. It was frightening experience to ever go through, especially when it haunted. These ghost apparitions came back, and the place actually came to life. It haunted. Or the fireplace came to life, or the hammer started dripping with blood, or the double-edged axe started dripping with blood signs showing that the place identity had gotten in. These 2 headless apparitions got in. Headless Hunter apparitions had got into the place and came back and haunted their own cabin. And after doing what they did by taking each other's heads, and so they were signs that actually paranormal or what you want to call today paranormal activity that happened, or supernaturally happened on its own. So anyhow, this is what. So this weekend is going to be, like I said, starting actually tomorrow night. This is going to be a big put together. Usually I would start it tonight, but like I said, it is prepared to start tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. That's why I said I'm hoping I can hoping that these streams do hold out. At least for Halloween night, and then we'll go into our Christmas shows. They seem to be doing pretty good on here, anyhow, and that. So this first night, which is tomorrow night, is going to be identical. There will actually probably be 2 nights of it. You'll probably notice on here. It's to break down the nights, and one night will be done with sound effects. And then the other night will be done, I don't know, maybe authentically Halloween night. Yes, Halloween night will be both. It'll go back to both. It'll be sound effects and dead silence. So that way, and plus 2, the orange lights are actually going to come on. Like I said, my one stream is not working. I only got one stream working. The other stream is working pretty good. I still have to go back and test those out. And like I said, the haunted fireplace will be on, and that. So that will for this Halloween weekend is going to be Hunter's Cabin again. and again, and again, and definitely again. No, just kidding. And and by the way, during this stream, because it's Halloween, when the base phones rings this time, I'm actually gonna answer the phone and say, "Hello, welcome to Hunter's Cabin. This is Ian speaking." Ivan can't come to the phone right now because he's out chopping heads. See how they do react to that one. No, just kidding. So anyways, they give the caller a very, very bad spook at the other end, and then they'll probably never call here again. They'll be too busy going home, wetting the jockeys, and that kind of thing. Give some old lady a heart attack, I don't know. Probably friends, mom, if I ever said something like that, I'd probably get a kick in the ass after. Anyhow, yeah. So that's what I mean. Like I said, I don't mind if you call through on my if any of my friends decide they want to call on my house line, that's fine. If I'm live video streaming, again, I'm going to say, please do not call on my cell phone. Because right now my cell phone is actually being used as my video camera to pick up to live stream jokers on duty until I get my desktop computer, buy the pieces, get that all built up, and that motion technology camcorder set up, buy one of those and get that all set up, that kind of thing, and then get the studio moved around a bit so I can actually authentically be ready for next year when Hunter's Cabin comes around again. So I've got more cameras around me, that kind of thing, and then eventually I want to buy another flat screen TV to put at the back so it can actually be on videotape and projected up too. So again, there is going to maybe I just put the tower and the hard drive to the other flat screen TV, plug that up to it, and buy the plug for it. And that goes to the monitor, so I might even save on the monitor, but buy the TV so just for that, and so that way it's I can focus the actual webcam and that kind of thing, so it'll come across the big TV. So that way it'll take full. That way I can actually move around. I don't have to worry about my cell phone falling down. And then that way I can put right now I took my data off. But if I go to live stream, let's say a live event, I get my tablet working. I can use my tablet or use my cell phone. If I use my cell phone, then I have to turn the data on. If I get the other thing my other tablet working, I can go around to the live events and live stream those on my tablet. That's nice, but that's considering I get that working. So if I can't get that working, then I'm just back down to my mobile phone for traveling amongst the events and that kind of thing. So that is this weekend's plans. Hunter's Cabin is going to pick up again, with it being Halloween, because we've got the extra time to do these extra shows. So that way, like I said, be prepared. It is going to be live streamed Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, and Monday night, and Tuesday night. Tuesday night, usually on every stream, I'll do my selfies for Michael Myers. Michael Klotz from MFers from Guelph. So I'm too busy. Like how you can tell how I'm going stupid here. Just kidding. You can tell Halloween's coming close. That kind of thing. But yeah, Michael Klotz from Ontario. He loves getting those selfies, and that's so. Again, like I said, this is Hunter's Cabin. By the way, it does mess you up. Because we're so close to the Halloween theme. So anyhow, that is going to take place, and that, so he loves getting those, and Hunter's Cabin is going to pick up one more time, like I said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday night, and that means during the socials during the day. Now, in between these haunted sessions, like let's say if it's a dead silence, and like let's say Michael Myers, okay, I get the name right now, one of the names right anyways, is on while following this stream, and by any chance I click, because sometimes I'll invite people, and then if he comes through the stream during the dead silence of the Hunter's Cabin to spook you, there's a possibility at his network end you're going to hear his Halloween theme song. Just to remind you that that may be spooky to a lot of people, but again, if I invite him and he comes through asking to be added as a guest, I will add him, and that way he can come through his live stream into mine, and we'll be live with Michael Myers, the actor, and so be prepared for that. If he responds to that, if he doesn't respond to the invite, then then it's still going to be the haunted Hunter's Cabin all the way through. Same with Jason, Freddy Krueger, whatever. If they respond to my invites, then they're going to then they may spookily appear on Jokers on Duty on my live stream, and we'll be live with them. And that not always are they going to talk on here. They may talk, they may not. Only one that I may think that we may be able to actually talk to is Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. So be prepared for that. Like I said, it's Halloween. There's a lot of haunted houses going on, and you could actually be in for a big spooky surprise, a big spook fest, or a big spooky surprise. Like I said, it's Jokers on Duty. Anything can come through, and so, that's actually cool. How the women go, yeah, take it away, girlfriend. Just kidding. I just, guys, don't ever pick that up. That's somebody's gonna think you're fruity. Anyhow, that was funny though. I always thought that was funny, and that so again. If it is possible, if Freddy Krueger decides to answer that invite and comes through as a guest during this haunted house, just to spook you, he may talk on here live, but the other two, like between him or Chucky, Tiffany Ray or whatever, may talk on here. Those are they may be the ones that might be so talkative guests. But as far as Jason and Michael Myers, they're more of a mime silent actors type in the movie. They don't talk. So if they appear in, just to mind you, it might actually scare you a bit, because if they answer their invite or they come through as added as a guest, they may talk, they may not talk. They may actually, because with it being Halloween, they may actually be in their spooky mode, like their spooky movie mode, in their character. So that means mask or whatever, then know that they're not going to talk. They'll probably just poke in, and all you're going to hear is just the music come on at their live stream end, and we'll be live with them. Now, like Chucky, he may have something to say. We don't know, to scare you, and that. So, like, I can see him talking. I can see Freddy Krueger. Hearing from Freddy Krueger, hearing from Chucky, or Tiffany Ray. Or Pinhead, for an example, from Hellraiser. Again, those are the more spooky characters that are basically that will talk, and not, or even like, I don't have them on my list, but Fred Decker and Dracula, that kind of thing. I don't have I almost had a real life vampire on my friends list, but his friends list was full, so I couldn't add him. but I would have loved to get Father Bastian from Los Angeles. He's a tentacle vampire, and a real life tentacle vampire, and he would have been a cool guest speaker on here on Jokers on Duty, and he would have been able to live stream through the Jokers on Duty live stream, and be able to have a live interview with him, and that kind of thing. But again, his friends list was full, so we couldn't pick him. We couldn't actually pick him up. Now some of them, also to Linda Blair, I was able to pick up got a request confirmed from that. Now she may come in and scare you too, and she's the actress that played in The Exorcist, and she played Captain Howdy. That when she was possessed with this demon, and so she's got this demon costume and that kind of thing, and Captain Howdy costume. So she may actually come in and spook you too, but then again, she may talk too, so she may actually scare the pajolies out of you. Again, like she's not like Jason, she's not like Michael Myers, more of a mime silent actor. She's authentically what you call an actual. Totally demon actress, that plays a part of a demon in The Exorcist in the movie. She may pop, if I send her an invite and she picks up on that invite and she wants to come in and scare you, she may come in and scare you. Be prepared for that, and then her followers may come in too. So, we could be live interviewing with them, if possible, with it being Halloween. So so be prepared for that. Like if I send the invite, they answer, then yes, we can add them as a guest, and then they're through their video stream, live video stream, they're going to come through mine, and then we'll be able to talk with them and actually be interviewing with them, or having a good Jokers on Duty session with them. And again, if they don't answer that, which they can choose to, like I said, then it'll be the haunted house, my haunted house of Hunter's Cavern is still going to continue. Or even I used to have Sheriff White on here from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now he was another one that was really hard to pick up. I don't know. Like their friends list are full, so like their fan list is full. So if it's if their fan list is too full, you can't add them. Because it'll say they've already reached their quota of add to a certain number of friends they're allowed to have on their Facebook, because the Facebook only goes up to a certain number, and then when they're full, they're full. So then you can't add them. You have to wait till somebody actually opens up a spot, more or less, that they call it. Wait until they no longer wish to be fans of that page, and they delete themselves from the page or whatever. Then that creates a spot for more people to add that fan page. So because the fan pages can only hold so many people, and so you can only be friends with the fan page of so many people, and then there's too many people on that page, and once that page is full, it's full. There's no more room, and that kind of thing. So again, I am looking forward to this. This was years of putting it all together from my camp kids experience, from my childhood experience. Just let you know, these horror actors were not just so you let you know, these these horror movie actors, if they do come through, they become part of Hunter's Cabin. By the way, they'll automatically become demons, or whatever you want to call it, devils, that I am willing to add to my Hunter's Cabin story. I have no problem with that if they wish to. So that way they don't feel that you're copying them, which nobody is copying them. It's them authentically themselves coming through my live stream. And if they come through during the haunted house, and during any one of those nights, or any of them come through during one of those nights of the Hunter's Cabin, haunted house, haunted cabin, then I will actually let them be a part of Hunter's Cabin, even though they were never part of the authentical story of it. They now will bring up this story, and so that way this story, if it's ready to be published, it will be published quicker. And even in the horror movie sector, it'll bring it up. So if they have a producer that's willing to actually bring it to their table, pass it through their table, and make a horror movie of Hunter's Cabin, using with the two native twin headless hunters, Ian and Ivan, and the third anonymous headless hunter, and or with Ian being a witch, or whatever, any which way they want to write it up. If they've been following these, even the Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge for ideas to pick up on what this is really about, or have been taking notes, those notes are then yes, it's good for you. You're actually creating a paper trail for it, and that way, from that paper trail, if you're marking everything down, then you have a script to work on. Then you can actually put a script together, and then you can hire your actors to put it all together, and that kind of thing. Me, as much as I love to be a movie actor, and that kind of thing, there are openings in film school for that kind of thing, to take those courses. But because I live in Wyerton, I do not drive. I do not have a driver's license, and plus because the finances are so high for it. One, it is a very heavy cost. I don't believe in getting student loans. I try to do everything straightforward myself. It'd be hard for me to get to Toronto, Ontario, just to take these courses. But yet the city that I live close to can't offer anything like that, or have any of those. Could offer that kind of a course. You have to go to certain places. It's like it doesn't come to you. So you've got to go to it. And that kind of thing. And and like Owen Sound does, Owen Sound does have a Roxy Theater, a live theater performing theater center. Even if let's say Roxy Theater opened up film school courses, or hired the actors to come into Owen Sound, movie actors come actually into Owen Sound that are experienced, or directors, like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or some of these horror movie actors have been actors for years, years of experience, come in and start a course up at the Roxy Theater. That is authentically will actually train you to actually go up to the Hollywood movies, that kind of thing, and show you how to pass the auditions, or that kind of thing. That way you take so many weeks, you attend classes at the Roxy Theater's performing center to take the acting classes for the movies. And then at the end of the class courses, then you do your auditions with the actors, and that kind of thing. So it's a preparational course, introductory course to that industry, and that kind of thing. So I think that would actually be a lot beneficial for a lot of people that want to get into that, because there's a lot of people that want to get into that industry, but they don't have a driver's license. They don't drive, and that so and plus they can't. Some of them live too far away. They can't get into Toronto, every day, and that kind of thing. So, but like I said, people come from all over. But again, I think this is, especially if their note, actually doing the notes and that kind of thing, writing the stuff down. As you're following these streams, like if they follow the Dark Hunters Cabin Challenge, all the way through, the characters all the way through, and they're writing stuff, scripting it all out, and that kind of thing. I can see it becoming a good horror novel. I can see it becoming a good horror, a horror movie fiction, that kind of thing. That because horror movies today make a lot with technology being so high. Horror movies today is a big money making industry. There is a lot. The horror movie industry is so high. People will buy money to see that kind of thing, and because there's a lot of horror movie fans out there, they love this kind of thing. So, again, that's why I said this weekend is going to start with the Dark Hunter's Cabin, which is in the end of the last Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge when you met Ian, with the bowler cap and the black suit, and that where he had went back into the human form and that kind of thing, where he's one of the headless hunters, headless head hunters, twin headless head hunters. That's actually a tongue twister. It's like the Peter Peck to pick a peck of peppers joke as a kid. I mean, what he kept saying. But anyways, like I said, Ghost Legends were just as bad. Like, I mean, their tongue twisters 90%. I'd tray you out of the sink. Hey, out. Get. I'm busy. I can't always come and get you. Get. Hey. I'll be right back. I got a cat in my sink. Hey. Down. Don't be a fool. Anyhow, so sorry about that. But yeah, so this is, like I said, this is the big weekend. So this is the big Halloween spook weekend. This is big spook fest. And so everybody all over will be, putting their things together. Some will start Friday night, go into Tuesday. Some won't start till Saturday. Some won't even start till Sunday. Or some may actually wait till the actual Halloween night. It is all different. In between two, I'm going to be doing the Thentical e-costumes, that I call it. Icons, because I love those. I have found some spooky ones on here. During the dead silence, there'll be a bit of a camera flash back and forth into the e-costume and out of the e-costume. There's if they considering they kind of work, and that. So again, there is going to this is going to bring this is going to be like I said, this is a comeback, because with Halloween coming, and then you won't see Hunter's Cabin again till next year. And next year, like I said, it is not going to be the Dark Hunter's Cabin Challenge next year, because that was this year. Next year, it is authentically going to be the full haunted house for the whole month of October, all the way through. And that, so that'll be that'll be pretty good. Mind you, there will also be, if I can figure out how to write up the trivia questions, I have some type of idea, but again, I've got to get them all written up so I can read it and understand it. There is... Get out of my sink! Get down! I'll be back again. The cat is in my sink. Yeah, hey, see? You bang your head. Out of the sink. Teaches you to stay out of my sink. Get. You want to sit with me? Okay, come here. He's a fussy little boy, but he'll love him. But anyhow, that's what I said. Hunter's Cabin is picking up this weekend from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday nights. So again, authentically, it will be very spooky, and because it is Halloween weekend. What is a good Halloween weekend without a good scare, eh? And that kind of thing. And yeah, Trey here, he's all ready for that. He's already started to jump out at people and scare them. Good thing about him, you don't see him in the dark. Even with my black jacket on, I've got my black suit jacket on. Now you can see him better. See, there he is. Say hi. He blends right in with my coat. So, hey, don't be doing that. Hey, you want down? You ask politely and I'll let you down, okay, bud? Okay, down you get. Hey, don't attack my knee. Get down. Thank you. I love you, but you know what? You're that's my arm, bud. Hey, no skin, remember? Yeah, I love you too. Yeah. Hey, you want to wrestle? You want to wrestle, boy? Want to wrestle? Hey, hey, don't scratch me and leave marks there, buddy. Hey, let go. Okay, I get the message. Okay, get down. Thank you. Anyhow, I'm getting attacked here by my own cat. So I said he jumps out from anywhere. I mean, he's black. He can jump out from anywhere, especially in the dark. You don't see him jump out at you. And that kind of thing. He can jump out of a closet and poof. He can give anybody a heart attack. But yeah, so that's what our plans are for Halloween. Yeah. See, everybody says hello. See, hi. Are you gonna sit back with Daddy now and be good? Okay. You gonna be? Hey, no, you cannot play with my pen. That is Daddy's pen. Yes, I love you too, buddy. Yeah. No. You keep that Freddy Krueger claw to yourself, there, pal. Yeah. So, and again, I hope everybody's enjoying these sessions. Sometimes I know Atreyu here, little Atreyu, he can get a little foolish on the foolish side, and that kind of thing. He can get very bumptious, and I think he just you bit me, you fool. Anyhow, that's okay. I'm used to it. Don't bother me any. I grew up with a bunch of cats and that kind of thing, and dogs and whatever. And that. So, anyhow, so I am looking forward to this weekend and that kind of thing, and running this live haunted house for you on here and that kind of thing. So, and like Michael Kloss would always say, peace, love, positivity, and like I always say, this was the Gypsy Rover. This is your Gypsy Rover, and authentically, if I can get get one of these costumes to work, and that I don't wait. I'm gonna see if there's any invites first, because if there's any invites and anybody wants to come in, no. I'll maybe wait for another. Actually, I think I'm gonna wait for another stream before maybe one of my next streams before I do the Dark Hunter's Cabin challenge. Not challenge. So again, I'm back at that show. I mean, return, do the Haunted Hunter's Cabin nights for this one more time for Halloween weekend. Then I'll probably invite somebody to come in to guest speak in that and see if they respond and to that invite, and if they're willing, if they want to come in and talk as a guest. If not, then they might just just pop, like Michael Myers may just pop. Well, you might get Michael Myers or Jason or something like that pop in to scare you or whatever. But they'll usually the night time's best for that because it's really spooky. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight I'll see if I can get send one of them an invite to see if they'll pop in on live stream for you, and come on to Jokers on Duty for tonight. And that, so tomorrow night is the Dead Silence. Even during the Dead Silence, I may actually during the 2 nights of the Dead Silence or whatever, maybe. Or even when it's going with the sound effects or whatever, maybe they may respond to an invite and come in on Jokers on Duty, and that for a couple hours. Considering they're not busy people, and if they wish to respond, they can. They don't have to. They can ignore it. Most people do, and that kind of thing. So I'll check out to see what costumes we have in here. Hi, and this was your Gypsy Rover, Jokers on Duty. And like I said, there is going to be the Dark Hunters Haunted Cabin this Halloween weekend. And I normally don't talk like that. And I hope everybody's having a great night and enjoy your Halloween weekend. And like I said, there's 5 more days till Halloween. Well, authentically, we are on Halloween now. And this is ending Halloween week, and we're coming into Halloween weekend. And and this was your Gypsy Rover, and this was your Jokers on Duty. Have a great day. And don't forget your peace, love, and positivity. Have a great day, guys.